Hey, and welcome to another episode of How We Make Music. Today, what I've done is I have a breakbeat drum kit loaded up here, as I've shown you. Breakbeat drum kit. Colors match up. Green, blue, blue, blah, blah, blah. Pink. Boopy-doo, Scooby-Doo. Alright, so that's our breakbeat FPC drum loop. Then what I've done is loaded up the Fluctus. This is just a little synth line. As you know, so we load up the synth line there. What I got going on here in the drums, as I've shown you, there's the drums. Over here we can play notes too. Once we get on our, so I can play notes over there. Also, what we're doing is here on this machine, I will show you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 Akai FL Studio Fires. So on this machine, I have programmed to control the drums. So what we're going to do right now, play these drums. Here's these drums controlling over here. So we're over here controlling some of our drum patterns. Here's the MIDI notes. We got some MIDI notes right here that are playing the initial drum patterns. But over here on the Akai Fire, I have some scripting to let me cut up those notes into any measure I want. As you'll always notice, we got our MIDI Fighter Twister. I'm not doing anything with that right now. Over here, since we're on drums, on the MIDI Fighter, I can play drums. Just like I can always play over here. So what we're going to do then is go ahead and play this track with the beat and the synth. What I wrote a little quick little MIDI note synth line. It's not much. It is just 2 notes. But I have an effect running over it. In that effect, we're gonna run some stuff here, and what's going to happen is so that is very simply how we start a process of a drum loop and a synth line using some of my controllers here. I have a fourth one over here. I'm only using that one as a mixer right now. You'll see here, I'm only using it as a mixer. That lets me mute and solo any track I want to. So I'm only using my fourth Akai Fire as a mute device, a mute and solo device. I like using the fourth controller for a mute and solo device. So to recap, what we're doing here is making a breakbeat with a synth line. I can play those drums here on my Akai Fire drum. Then I have the ability to play those drums over here on my MIDI fighter. And I have the ability to manipulate those drums using this script here for gross beat, which allows me to cut up any loop into any amount of anything I can ever imagine. Then what we have is our synth line. Got some synth lines, a little bassy, but we can play it on our notes. We can play it over here on the keyboard here where I keep my time all measured. And then we can also always play that on notes here. We can use our MIDI twister to twist knobs that will affect the sound of this synth. We did not do that in this video, but here's the MIDI twister, which you can set up to twist sounds, parameters in VSTs while you play them on your MIDI devices. Again, here is my third Akai Fire that is programming some beat juggling. Here's my MIDI fighter, and then my fourth Akai Fire that I am only using for a mixer at this moment. All right, thank you very much. Have a good day. I'm also using one of these, Frontier. It's a little wonky because it's real old, and I'm looking at buying a very new mixer controller surface. But this thing usually is very on top. I just can't get the faders have stopped working.